Welcome to Promasador. To familiarize yourself with our health and safety practices, please pay attention for the next few minutes. At this stage, you're about to pass through security and enter the premises. Once you sign in, you will receive a visitor's badge. Please ensure that it is visible at all times while on the premises. This is an example of a site map. As you can see, all buildings, crossings, and walkways are clearly marked for your convenience. When traveling in a motor vehicle, a maximum speed of 20 kilometers per hour must be adhered to. Seat belts should be worn at all times, and pedestrians always have right of way. Park only where indicated in the parking zone and reverse your vehicle into the parking. Pedestrians must always stick to the pedestrian walkways and zones, and only cross at zebra crossings. Be aware of your surroundings at all times for vehicles and other obstacles. No alcohol or drugs are allowed on the premises, and entry is strictly prohibited if you are under the influence of either. Be aware that an alcohol test may be administered. Smoking is also prohibited on the premises. Keep away from hazardous and restricted areas, which will be clearly marked. These areas could contain harmful chemicals, high electrical voltages, confined spaces, rotating equipment, or workers working above you. Once you leave our offices and visit our factory, a new set of health and safety checks apply. If you feel ill in any way, under no circumstances may you enter the factory premises. Your body temperature must be below 37.5 degrees. If you are medicated in any way that impairs your faculties, entry will likewise be prohibited. Depending on the area of the factory you intend to visit, your personal protection equipment, PPE, may vary. No open-toe or open-sole footwear is permitted. Only proper shoes or boots, jackets, hair nets, shoe nets, and even facial hair nets form part of your basic PPE. Additionally, you could be asked to wear a reflective jacket, safety goggles, or even a helmet, depending on the area. You will be asked to remove all jewelry, makeup, and accessories like rings, chains, pens, phones, and so on. Please follow the hygiene procedures strictly before entering the factory. If you need to use the toilet, please do so before you start the hygiene and PPE processes. Put on the appropriate PPE, except gloves. Then wash your hands thoroughly with soap and dry with a hand dryer. Now disinfect your hands with the sanitizer provided. Finally, check yourself in the mirror to visually confirm that you are wearing the appropriate PPE correctly. You are now ready to enter the factory. Each factory has an area map similar to this one, and you are obliged to familiarize yourself with it before the start of your tour. There are routes around the factory for visitors that keep you out of harm's way. Please stick to those clearly marked routes and don't deviate. The maps also point out all restricted areas, evacuation routes, and the nearest muster points. Once you have been permitted entry, follow the instructions of the employee escorting you. Do not run anywhere, and do not touch anything in the factory without the express permission of your employee escort. At all times, be aware of your surroundings, not only around you, but also above you. The very real risks in the factory could include being caught or pressed in a machine, or hit by handling equipment, suffering burns through heat from machines or fire, hampering or obstructing something, knocking into or tripping over items on the floor, like brooms and buckets, for example, slipping on wet surfaces, being shocked, being hit by something from above, or suffocation by high CO2 levels or low oxygen levels. If during your visit you witness rules being ignored, negligence, or a near-miss situation, please report it to your employee escort. In an emergency, you may need to evacuate the building. Immediately, an alarm will ring. If possible, consult the factory map, which will indicate the emergency evacuation routes and muster points. Walk calmly, never run, and exit along the evacuation route to a designated muster point. If you are on the premises for specialized and non-routine work or high-risk tasks, a permit is mandatory. Thank you for watching our health and safety induction video. You will now sit for a compliance test on what you have learned in the last few minutes. If you pass, you will receive a safety card valid for 6 months. From the team at Promasador, we hope you enjoy your visit. Goodbye.